I take the 64 bus every Tuesday and Thursday. It's not a big thing. I just like the route. It goes down Charles Street and stops at a red light right in front of three businesses: a clothing boutique, a skin salon, a fitness studio. I used to know the women who work there. Went to high school with them. Pauline runs the boutique. Diane does Botox and fillers. Victoria trains rich women in yoga pants. Back in school, they were a unit. A three-headed thing that moved through the hallways like they owned them. And I was their favorite project. They never did anything that would get them expelled. That's the trick with bullies who last. They don't punch you. They just make sure you know you don't belong. Pauline called me Sarah the Sloth until a substitute teacher accidentally used it once, then apologized, red-faced while I stared at my desk. Diane hid my trousers during PE, and I had to walk to the principal's office half in my uniform, half in sportswear, and the kids stared at me all the way. Victoria knocked my lunch tray off the table 3 times in 1 week. Oops, I'm so clumsy. Small things. Tiny, really. If you list them out loud to someone, they sound petty, like you're holding a grudge over nothing. But you try living inside your own head for 4 years while 3 people chip away at it every single day. See how small it feels then. I'm 27 now. I teach English online to adults in other countries. Present perfect tense, conditional clauses, that kind of thing. I also do freelance IT work, password recovery, network setup, data cleanup. Nothing glamorous. My friend Samuel got me into it back when I was 20. He's the one who taught me that most hacking is just reading what people accidentally leave out in the open. People leak information constantly. It's not a skill to find it, it's just patience. And I've been patient for 10 years. The first thing I did was make a spreadsheet. I know how that sounds, but I'm an organized person. I gave each of them a tab. Pauline, boutique called Verve, located at 1442 Charles Street. Boyfriend named Marcus. Posts her work schedule every Sunday like clockwork. Uses the same username for everything. Has a habit of filming Instagram stories while walking to her car after closing shifts. In one of them, I could see her license plate. In another, she held up her new apartment keys and the address tag was visible for maybe half a second. I paused. I wrote it down. Deanne, Radiance Aesthetics. Botox, fillers, chemical peels. Obsessed with before and after photos. Takes them in a mirror with her phone. In the background, you can see the edges of client intake forms, names, phone numbers, email addresses. Not the whole thing, just slivers. But if you collect enough slivers over enough weeks, you can put them together. I did. Victoria, Core Fusion Fitness, the most careful of the 3. Her Instagram is all motivational quotes and workout clips. Very polished, very clean. But she has a golden retriever named Goose. And Goose has his own Instagram account. And Victoria posted something to Goose's account once that was clearly meant for her private account. A rant about a client who smells like cheese and complains about the resistance bands. She deleted it after 6 minutes. I screenshotted it after 4. The spreadsheet grew. Addresses, work schedules, boyfriend names, client complaints, weak spots. I didn't do anything with it for the first 3 months. I just watched. I took the 64 bus. I sat on the left side behind the rear door. I looked out the window during the 45 seconds the light stays red. I saw Pauline unlocking the boutique in the morning, coffee in hand. I saw Diane standing outside her salon, vaping and scrolling her phone. I saw Victoria through the big glass windows of the gym, adjusting someone's plank position. They had no idea I existed. That's the thing about being invisible in high school. You stay invisible, unless you decide not to. I started with Pauline. She was the easiest. I was at the public library downtown one afternoon. Free computer access, no login tracking if you use a guest pass. I pulled up the Baltimore City zoning map. It's public record, anyone can look at it. Verve Boutique is in a building zoned for light commercial. That comes with rules about signage and awnings and how far things can stick out over the sidewalk. I rode the bus past the boutique 3 more times. On the 3rd time, I got off and walked past on foot. I had a small laser measure I bought online for $30. I pointed it at the awning. It extended 5 feet and 7 inches over the sidewalk. The legal limit is 4 feet. I went back to the library. I typed a letter, plain language, no threats, just a question. To the Baltimore City Department of Housing and Community Development. I am a resident of the neighborhood, and I've noticed the awning at 14042 Charles Street, Verve Boutique, seems to extend quite far over the public sidewalk. I was curious if they have a variance permit for this. Thank you for your time. I signed it with a fake name, printed it on plain paper. Mailed it from a blue box across town. 3 weeks later, Pauline posted an Instagram story. She was sitting in her boutique, no customers, looking like she'd been crying. Okay, so apparently the city has a problem with my awning, which has been here for 2 years, and now there's a fine. A daily fine. Does anyone know a contractor who can fix this, like, tomorrow? I cannot deal with this right now. I watched that story 4 times. I didn't feel giddy. I didn't laugh. I just felt good. Like something that had been wound up inside me for a decade had loosened by one small turn. The fine was $200 a day. It took her 11 days to get a contractor. That's $2,200. For an English tutor, that's a month of work. For Pauline, it was an inconvenience. But it was also the beginning. Diane was next. The client intake forms I'd been collecting slivers of gave me enough to work with. I had names. I had partial phone numbers. I had email addresses. I didn't steal anyone's identity. I didn't commit fraud. I just created Google alerts for Radiance Aesthetics Baltimore reviews. Then I waited. A real client left a 3-star review. Something about feeling rushed during a lip filler appointment. The review was polite, but clearly disappointed. Diane had responded to it publicly, very professional, offering a complimentary consultation to address any concerns. I marked that review as helpful, just once. Then I waited 3 days. I went to a coffee shop across town, used their Wi-Fi, and marked it helpful again. Then the public library, then a Panera Bread, different IP addresses every time. Just one click, once or twice a week. Google's algorithm did the rest. That 3-star review rose to the top of her listing. It became the first thing people saw when they searched for Radiance Aesthetics. Diane's overall rating dropped from 4.9 to 4.4 over the course of 2 months. She posted about it, of course. A video with no filter on. You could see the stress around her eyes. I just want to address something. There seems to be some negativity circulating online. If you've had a positive experience at Radiance, a quick review really helps. It takes 30 seconds. And if you had a concern, please just call me. I stand by my work. I love my clients. She looked tired. She looked older than 26. She looked like someone who was realizing that her reputation was made of glass and someone had just tapped it with a spoon. The gifts came next. This was Samuel's idea. I was at his apartment eating pizza, and I told him the procedural stuff was working, but it felt distant. I wanted them to feel something closer. You want them to feel watched, he said. Don't watch them. Make them watch themselves. I started with Victoria, the fitness trainer, the one who knocked my lunch tray off the table and laughed. I found a seller on Etsy who makes custom plush animals. I sent them photos of Goose from Victoria's Instagram. A week later, I had a small stuffed golden retriever that looked exactly like her dog. I paid in crypto, had it shipped to a P.O. box I opened using an ID that's fine for the post office but wouldn't hold up anywhere else. I included a note, typed, plain. Goose seems like a good dog. You should take him on longer walks. He looks restless in your stories. A neighbor. I sent it to Core Fusion Fitness with Victoria's name on it. She posted about it that night. She was holding the stuffed dog, smiling, but her eyes kept moving to the side, to the window, like she was checking if someone was out there. Okay, this is weird but kind of sweet. Someone left this for Goose. He loves it. Thank you, mystery person. She was scared. I could tell. The smile was too wide. The voice was too bright. The second gift went to Pauline, a book called When Things Fall Apart by Pema Chodron. I ordered it from a local bookstore. Had it delivered to Verve Boutique. On the gift receipt, in the message line, I wrote, "You deserve peace." Not a threat. Not even mean. Just unsettling if you don't know who sent it. 2 weeks later, Marcus was gone from her Instagram, completely scrubbed. Every photo, every tagged post. She never announced the breakup. She just posted a photo of her couch and a glass of wine with the caption, "Growth." I didn't break them up. I just handed her a book. She did the rest herself. Diane was last. I found a vintage hand mirror on eBay. Victorian, tarnished silver. Cost me $180. I messaged the seller and asked if they could include a handwritten note. They were happy to. Small sellers love personal touches. What should it say? They asked. Look closer. Diane opened it on Instagram Live. She opens all her mail on Live. It's a thing she does. Unboxing with Diane. She pulled out the mirror, read the note. Her face changed. The smile didn't disappear so much as it cracked. She turned off the stream without saying goodbye. It didn't come back on for 4 days. I didn't do anything for a month after that. That's the part people get wrong about revenge. They think it's a sprint. It's not. It's a slow walk. You do something, You wait. You let them breathe. You let them think it's over. And then, when their shoulders drop and they start posting normal content again, you do the next thing. Victoria was my next focus. Her business runs on a booking app called FitGrid. Clients book sessions through it. If you cancel within 24 hours, you pay a fee. The trainer gets notified. I created a client account. Name, Emily Thorne. I used a prepaid Visa I bought with cash at a grocery store. I booked Victoria's 7 a.m. slot. That's her most valuable slot. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For 4 weeks. I never showed up, but I always canceled exactly 25 minutes before the session. She'd get her $25 cancellation fee. She wouldn't get the $90 for the session. And she'd be standing in an empty studio at 6:58 in the morning, her whole day thrown off. She posted after 2 weeks of this. No makeup, hair in a messy bun. Public service announcement. If you book the 7 a.m. slot, please be sure you can actually attend the 7 a.m. slot. I have a wait list. Respect my time, respect yourself. I canceled the rest of the sessions, waited a month, then booked another 4 weeks under a new name. Jessica Pearson. She blocked Emily Thorne. She can't block Jessica Pearson until Jessica Pearson becomes a problem. That's the system. I have unlimited names. She has one 7 a.m. Pauline's second wave was simpler. I found her boutique's Yelp page. I left a 2-star review that said, "The clothes are fine, but the energy in there is off. The owner seems stressed and it makes shopping uncomfortable." That's it. No lies, no accusations, just an opinion about energy. You can't sue someone for saying your energy is off. 2 other women left similar reviews a few weeks later. I don't know if they were real customers or if my review just gave them permission to say what they were already feeling. It doesn't matter. The reviews accumulated. Pauline's rating dropped. She posted a story about toxic people who hide behind anonymous accounts. I wasn't anonymous. I used a different name, but I was real. I existed. She just couldn't see me. Diane's second wave was more surgical. I used the booking form on her salon's website. It's a public form. Anyone can fill it out. Name, email, phone, reason for visit. I wrote a simple script with Samuel's help. Not a virus, not a hack. Just a tool that fills out forms automatically. It's the same thing a browser does when you hit autofill. It's just faster. Over 3 days, I submitted 47 appointment requests. All different names, all burner email addresses, all with the same reason for visit. Correction of previous work, referred by another provider, urgent. Diane's phone would have lit up like a Christmas tree. 47 notifications, 47 potential clients, but every number she called back was disconnected. Every email bounced, and the accusation was planted. Correction of previous work. Which client said that? Was it the woman from last month? Was it the bride with the lip flip? Was someone talking about her? She posted a video. No filter. You could see the acne along her jawline. I just want to say something. There's been a glitch in my booking system. Or maybe someone is playing a game. If you have a genuine concern about your results, call me directly. Don't hide behind fake appointments. I stand by my work. I love my clients. Her voice cracked on clients. She looked 40. She looked exhausted. She looked like a woman who used to hide a girl's trousers and laugh, and who had never once thought about that girl again. Until now. It's been 14 months since I started. Pauline's boutique is still open, but she's had 3 price increases and her regulars are drifting away. The reviews are mixed. The energy apparently is still off. Victoria still trains clients, but she dropped the 7 a.m. slot entirely. Too much stress, she told her followers. She now starts at 9. She lost the early bird clients who paid a premium. She posted last week that she's reevaluating her business model. Diane sold Radiance Aesthetics to a younger woman with fresher credentials. The announcement was very upbeat. New chapter, so grateful, but she was crying in the video. You could see it in her eyes. None of them know it was me. They never will, because I didn't do anything illegal. I didn't hack their accounts. I didn't steal their money. I didn't threaten them. I just paid attention. I used public records. I left reviews. I sent gifts. I booked appointments. The system is full of cracks. All you have to do is find them and press gently. I still take the 64 bus on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I still sit on the left side behind the rear door. I still look out the window at the 45-second red light. Pauline is always frantically on her phone. Diane is gone now, replaced by a woman named Jasmine, who waves at the bus sometimes. Victoria's 9 a.m. class is in full swing, but she looks defeated. I don't feel guilty. I did 2 years of therapy before I started any of this. My therapist asked me once what I wanted. I said I wanted them to know what it felt like to have no control. She said that was a normal thing to want, but maybe not a healthy thing to act on. I thought about that for a long time. Then I bought the laser measure and pointed it at the awning. Some things you just have to do yourself. The bus pulls away from the light. I close my eyes. The sun is warm through the window. I'm fine. I've been fine for a while now.